Okay, so today we're doing something a little different. If there is one thing I've learned about solo travel, it's that it doesn't make you fearless just on the road or in airports. It makes you fearless everywhere in life, and that includes in dating. I don't know if I've ever spoken about this before, but I had really crippling anxiety as a kid. Like I'd say like elementary school, half of middle school. I mean, crippled by anxiety is just the best way to say it. I could not leave my house without paranoia that people were staring at me or talking about me. I used to have like panic attacks during gymnastics practice. I couldn't go into Ross and buy underwear without thinking that every single person around me was laughing at me. It was really bad. I've unpacked that with a therapist since, so don't worry about it. Luckily, I mostly grew out of that in middle school and high school, but I definitely still have times where I have anxiety and fear, and traveling solo has helped me with that more than I can say in words, especially when it comes to dating. I travel a lot. I am an ambitious woman. I have my own business. I have a lot going for me, but that makes dating kind of difficult, like dating in my bracket kind of difficult. So today for Valentine's Day, I thought I would share a little travel dating story about how much fun it can be to travel while you're dating because the pressure is lower, but the fun is higher and you just find yourself kind of taking risks and having fun and saying yes to things that you may not say yes to normally with so much pressure and like I don't know. There's so much pressure in dating culture for women too. It's just very annoying. So I'm like, okay, if you're traveling while you're dating, you're having fun, you're prioritizing like the lore and the memories over anything. And, if it turns into more, which it has for me, I have dated long distance, I have dated internationally before. It's been very fun. If it turns into more, that's great. And if not, I get to make YouTube videos like this. So today, I will be spilling the tea, except with a glass of wine. Okay, yes. And you may actually not see me drink this wine that much because I actually just came from the bar upstairs where I had a lot of fun and a few drinks with some very friendly people I met up there. I'm in Taipei, Taiwan right now, by the way. And I guess if you don't know me, hi, I'm Gabby Beckford. I am a full-time travel influencer, part-time traveler. I'm based in New York City, but I'm never home. And this is going to be a very fun Valentine's Day story time about a Tinder date in Tokyo that turned into a very interesting weekend in London. So let's get into it. And so I am going to spill the tea, but with some wine. Okay. And if I'm honest, you probably won't even see me drink that much of this wine because I did just come from a happy hour in my hotel where I met some very fun, very nice friends and I had a few drinks with them. And I just brought this down from the bar. So, I might have a little sip on it. If anything, remind me to drink some water. She's off to the side there, okay? But, sit back, enjoy, relax, pull up your own glass of wine. Pause the video, pull up your own glass of wine. Let's have some fun. Why not? I've never done a vlog like this. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's get into it. Okay, so 10 years. Okay, no. It was, who knows? Does the date actually matter? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I used to be on Tinder. I am not on Tinder anymore because my frontal lobe is fully developed. But there was a time when I was on Tinder. Mostly because Tinder, I think, objectively is a very good app to have as a traveler because there are people there. You're being connected with people there that are in time. If they're on the app, they're looking to meet up that night or like very soon. And, of course, it has a reputation as a hookup app, but I have met very, very nice friends through Tinder. And like, that's kind of, I think, what more Tinder is about is like, do you want to meet up ASAP? Obviously there are things people want to do ASAP, but I have met people who are like, dude, let's just go to dinner. Like, I'm on this. I want to go to dinner tonight. Let's get dinner. And I've met really great people. So again, not on Tinder, but a little cosign for Tinder per. I was on Tinder in Tokyo because I was there with my sister and I was like, okay, I want to go on a night out. Like we're going to go to a salsa night here in Tokyo, have some fun. Like, why not? I'm on Tinder, just swiping, seeing what's going on. And someone matches me and he's like, hey, you're gorgeous. You're in Tokyo? ? Like, let's meet up. I'm like, hey, I'm going to a salsa night with my sister. If you want to come out, like, make it a little group friend thing, why not? He's like, that sounds great. I'll let you know. So, like, this is early in the night. I'm like, okay, if he meets up with us while we're out, like, that'd be fun. He's cute. Why not? And so the night goes on. I check my phone maybe every 2 hours or something. And I get a message eventually that's like, hey, dang, no, we're going to end up on the other side of town. You're in Roppongi. We're going somewhere else. Like, I don't think it's going to work out. And I was leaving in like 2 days. So I'm like, dang, I'm actually here with like my sister. Like, I don't know if we're going to have a chance to meet up. But we stayed in contact. We're like messaging back and forth for the next 2 days. And so I'm like, hey, who are you? Where are you from? I'm like, so what's your lore? He's like, okay, so I'm half Japanese, half British. I obviously have family here in Japan. That's why I'm visiting. But, Japan in your 20s, why not? Also having some fun. But I live in London. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm American. Like, I'm mixed too. That's fun. Third culture kid. That's fun. And I'm here in Japan because I also have family that is Japanese. And we're here visiting them and having fun. My family's here. My extended family's here. It's a little family vacation having fun. So we kiki, ha ha ha, hee hee it up for the next few days. And then I don't get to meet up with him. We stayed in touch for maybe a month or two after that, just messaging occasionally. But of course, eventually we fell off because what is there to talk about? But a very important part of the story is that we stay friends on Instagram. And I'll see him post every now and then. I'm like, yeah, like that. And then he'll, see me post every now and then and be like, heart eye emoji or something like that. And that happened for 3 years. This cutie I never met. And let's call him Robert. So me and Robert stay in touch, as travel connections do. Stay in touch for 3 years. Until one day I post on my account and say, hey, I'm going to be in London. Is anyone there? Like, who wants to meet up? Anyone have any food recs? And who would pop out of the abyss of my Instagram DMs but Robert? And Robert's like, eye emoji? Wait, I'm going to be in town. Are you here? And I'm like, oh my God, wait, stop. So fun. And I'm going with my friend to London, but we're staying for a month. So I'm like, wait, you're kind of right. This is the opportunity for us to get into a little something. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. What do you want to do? And he's like, don't worry about anything. Choose a date. I'll meet up with you. Let's do something in the park. Like, I think he's like picnic in the park. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds really cute. Because obviously we actually have not even met before, but we have a parasocial relationship because we're friends on Instagram for 3 years, right? So I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. That's fine. But I'm like, how is it going to be in person? Is he going to be cute? What if he has a hunchback? What if, what if he's gross after 3 years? Like, what if all of his photos are AI and photoshopped? What if mine are? Bitch, online dating is actually very treacherous and unreal, very unserious. But so he actually he doesn't live in London. He lives outside of London. So he takes the train into London. We meet up at Bryant Park or Pepper Pig Park or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to recognize him? And we're like calling at this point. We're like, oh, hey, are you here? I'm not here yet. Are we there? And then so, first of all, also, this is my first time in London as an adult. So I'm literally in my Harry Potter fantasy. I am living my Bridget Jones diary. I'm doing all the things that I'm meant to do. And so I'm like, this is just like part of my lores. I'm main character moment for sure. I walk into the park. We lock eyes across one of those angry British geese that you see all the time. And I'm like, oh, he's still really cute. Okay, yeah. And he walks up, he's like, hey, girl, the picnic. Wait, this is getting too long. No, it's not. Is it 7 minutes? Is this getting too long? I don't know. Okay, so we sit down. So we finally meet up. We're both like eyeing each other. We're like, okay, wait, hi, this is so fun. This is so random, like crazy. Can't believe we first connected when we were in Japan and now we're in London. 3 years later, like, what is life? So I thought we were gonna sit down and have a picnic. And he's like, wait, I have wine and I have the stuff in my backpack, but we need to get the food. And I'm like, do you have a plan for the food? And to be fair, I'm easily icked and disgusted by boys because I'm like, imagine that we came all the way here and he's like, we don't have food. We could just I don't know, go by I don't know what he's gonna say. So I'm like, what's the picnic without food? And he's like, actually, I planned it out. There is a food market every Sunday or whatever day was. And we should go there and just get hot plates of food and go sit in the park. And I'm like, okay, wait, that is super cute. And then I get to try the local restaurants and their little pop-ups. So we walk through the market. It is adorable. I think we got Jamaican food and I don't know if we got wontons or something, or maybe Italian. We got a mix of a bunch of different stalls and put them all on one little to-go plate. And then we stopped by and got some wine from the store and went into the park. In his backpack, I'm like, so, we're gonna sit on the grass, perch on a bench or something. In his backpack, this man pulls out a blanket, a picnic blanket, and then he pulls out one of those picnic baskets that have the plates and the forks and and the napkins. And I'm like, this is the Tinder day I matched in Tokyo. It was so cute. And even thinking back right now, I'm like, wait, you would think that we'd be married by now. It's actually a sick crime that we're not. But I digress. We had a great time. We're sipping the wine. We're kiki laughing. We're like, wait, I don't even know you. Okay, tell me about you. And we're going back and forth. And it was a magical time. And so that was on a Sunday. And so I'm like, well, I'm here for 2 more weeks. This was a really great date. Is this just is this what it is? Or are you have plans to be back in London? Or what is this? That's so me though. That's so me to be like, what do you have in plan next, sir? Hello, I need to know something. So he's like, well, I might actually come back to London next weekend. It's my boys thing, whatever. But that's only one day. So if you wanted to be free that weekend, we could do something. And I'm like, I could be, I will be, I can be, I is. And so the next weekend he comes down and he has an entire date night planned out again. He's like, I want to go to this and you know what? I'm actually struggling to remember because we end up drinking a lot. That's the spoiler alert to this story. British people, man. But, oh yeah, no, wait. I remember it now. He comes down and he's like, okay, so I'm gonna come to your apartment, drop off some stuff. You and me are gonna go to Italy, the restaurant, grocery store thing, pick up some stuff, go back to your house, make pasta. I wanna make you ravioli. That's what he wanted to do. He's like, I wanna hand make, that's why he loves to cook, forgot that bit. He's like, and then I think on the date, the first date that we had, he was showing me his Instagram and he has all this cooking stuff on there. I'm like, wait, you're a really good chef. This looks delicious. We should eat it. And he's like, yeah, actually, what about we do that next weekend? If you're interested, we could make some ravioli and then, go out for some drinks. And I'm like, are you kidding me? See that? So yeah, so that's exactly what he did. He came over to our flat in Shoreditch. Why'd I go there? See, he came over to our flat in Shoreditch. Is that it? No. So James. He comes over to our apartment in Shoreditch and we go to Italy. We walk on. It's so cute. What a cute date to be walking around and grocery shopping. So cute. We're walking around. We're do you like this potato? Well, I like this cheese. Well, we should experiment with this. It was so fucking cute. And so we did that. And then on the way out of Italy, we have these little bags of groceries and he sees a pop-up, what do they call it? Food truck? A food truck with jerk chicken or something. I'm like, wait, we're starving. How are we gonna cook the pasta and when we're starving? It doesn't work out like that. So he's like, okay, let's stop. Sit on the bench, have a little food truck food, and then go back to your apartment and spend 3 hours cooking. So I'm like, that's perfect. We're sitting there next to each other eating this food truck chicken. It's so cute. I can't even paint the picture well enough. It was so cute. Oh my God, this is what I'm talking about though. Travel dating is so fun. What are you talking about? And I do feel like it is slightly toxic in some ways because you can only be this chill with someone you are not sure you'll ever see again. You can only look into their eyes and feed each other chicken on a bench as a second date when you're not sure if you'll ever see them again. You live like you're dying because, you'll never see them again. Essentially, yeah, you're dead. So it's just crack. It's just my favorite crack to date while traveling. Okay, so we eat our chicken. Go back to my apartment. I forgot this too. I was being super cute too. Okay, this is what I'm saying about being so brave. This is what makes me brave. If I was on a second date with a guy in the US or in Virginia where I used to live or in New York City where I live now, I would not have done this because it was too much. You don't want to be too interested. You don't want to come on too strong, whatever, even though I think men should be coming on way too strong. You need to literally tell me you're obsessed with me within 5 minutes of dating me or I'm going to be like, yeah, I just feel like you're touched in the fucking head. So anyway, I pulled out some of the stops in this date because why not? Because this is the lore. So I had run to the store down the block to get 2 cute little aprons for us and candles in my cute apartment. So I scrubbed the apartment clean and had 2 aprons and candles waiting for us in the kitchen. I thought that was so cute. He comes and he's like, oh, okay, wow. And he's like, this is legit. He put the apron on, honey. And I was like, oh my God, boom shakalaka, yes, that's how I felt because the t-shirt and then his arms were out. This guy has great arms. This guy's 6'2", by the way, 6'1". The more I'm talking about him, the more I feel like he's watching this. How tall are you? Comment below. Yeah, the arms, the apron, something about the apron. I was thinking big. I was in my genius era. Yeah, he looked like a snake, like a little snake. Yeah. And so he actually is teaching me how to make ravioli at this point, by the way. We made the dough, and there's a cute little photo of me making the dough. It's so cute. I'll try to put it up here. And made the dough and made the filling. And mine was hideous and his was perfect. And then we tossed it in the water and boiled. It was really good pasta, by the way. He actually can cook deliciously. Shout out to Robert. And then we had some wine. And then my friend came home. My friend who I went to London with comes in the apartment, which I already knew. I was like, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go run around, but I'll probably be back in the middle of your day. Should I stay out? I'm like, no, this guy, first of all, this guy, totally fine. Come hang out. We're normal people. So she comes in, We're all eating the pasta. We're all drinking. Like, why not? And yeah, we're having a great time. And I remember maybe he ran to the bathroom or somehow I was talking to my friend. And she's like, dude, I kind of fucks with Robert. I'm like, are you kidding me? Stop. Like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. And she's like, dude, he kind of is super sweet. He's super thoughtful. He's super intentional. We're having fun. I'm like, yeah, don't size it though, because we are in fact leaving. And like, you have to, more than in normal dating, you have to remove expectation. And that's kind of part of the seek risk, seek opportunity, see the world, say yes, is that you have no expectation. You're just doing it for the lure. And that's what I was doing it for. I was doing it for the arm muscles and the lure. And I got both of those things. And that's what matters, right? Anyway, we get to the juncture in our date where it's time to go get drinks. I'm like, okay, bye, bestie. She's like, okay, bye, bestie. And so we go have our drinks and we go to this, I have no idea what it's called, by the way. I'm obviously drunk at this point already. Today and the day of. I think we start off by going to the Alchemist, actually, which is like a common chain of bars in London. And they're like known for their fancy drinks. So there's like dry ice and then there's like a fake tongue in one. And you're supposed to bite the tongue and then all this stuff. So we had 2 very fun kind of activity drinks, which I thought was super cute. And then we ended at a speakeasy type library bar. And we're sitting in the basement of that bar. Like, if my leg is over his and he's talking and his arm is behind me. And I'm like, and I jump out of my body in that moment because I'm a Leo, because I have such a main character syndrome. I jump out of my body to observe what's going on, right? Like, I'm like, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Because how lucky do I have to be 20 something in London with my best friend, going on a date with this guy I met on Tinder in Tokyo 3 years ago, and we're kiki cuddled up in the booth of a library bar underground, having delicious drinks and like having the best conversation, just connecting. And I was like, this is what dreams are made of. Cue it, Hillary Duff. And like, what do you want from me? Like, what? There's not much more I could actually ask for. That's what life is about, you know? And so, yeah, that's the date. I mean, was there a point? I feel like there was something I'm forgetting from this date, though. I feel like I fell down somewhere. Okay, to be fair, I did get lost in the park, which is par for the course. And then I feel like maybe I fell down the stairs for some reason. Something else happened, but like, this is how my brain remembers it, dude. I romanticize everything in my memory, especially if it doesn't really matter anymore, because why not? Why not remember it perfectly? Hillary Duff moment. This is the Lizzie McGuire, Gabby Beckford movie. Like, literally, miracles happen once in a while when you believe. I was like, you know what, Princess Diaries? Hell yeah. Like, that was the entire weekend. And so he stayed over. We sweepy, and that's it. Like, literally at the next morning, I was like, well, this has been fun. I was like, hopefully I see you again. If not, fair winds and safe sea trade. And he's like, yeah, no, it's been really fun. Like, you know, just the lore of meeting on Tinder in Japan and turning into this, like, it was such a fun weekend. It was just like, I like watching that story back like an episode, like an episode of my favorite sitcom. My life is my favorite sitcom, and I should do more of these stories just because I love talking about it and living it, because it was so fun. It was so fun. Have I ever seen him again? Frequently asked questions. Have I ever seen him again? No. Have I been back to London since? No. That could be why as well. He also travels a lot, though. So, like, let's not say that. He comes to the US, he said, since then. And we just haven't met. So that's on him. And yeah. Did I want it to turn into something more? It would have been cute if it did. I feel like on paper, because again, I'm number one, insane, psychotic, picky. So to find someone who's a third culture kid and has a great job and loves to travel, like, I just like those things. But there was no pressure for it too, because originally, remember, we met on Tinder, we went on one date, like, perspective wise. But I always think that it would have been, like, it just would have been, or it would be just the best lore to have met my partner like that. So that's why I continue to date when I'm traveling. Like, why not? Because that's how I want the lore to begin. I think that's the answer, actually, is like, did I want something to turn into something more with him? No. But don't be shocked the guy I end up with literally married and engaged on a super yacht if it doesn't start out similar to this without the Tinder. Because I'm a girl who says yes. I say yes to the lore. That's what solo travel is about. It's about romanticizing your life. It's about having fun stories in lore. It's about making terrible mistakes too. I have definitely been on dates where I mean, that's just happened in New York too, where I've been on the date and I've been like, wait, how do I leave as soon as possible? Hey Siri, how do I leave as soon as not Siri hearing me. Like, yeah, it's about, setting up a whole huge date in Milan and then going to the wrong city or something like, just listen. The advice is in 4 years, the worst mistake makes the best story. So in the moment, is it humiliating? In the moment, is it crazy? In the moment, is it like scary? Yes, it's the best lore now. And especially when it goes great, like my story did, it's just crack. And you're just going to be the most interesting person at the dinner party. And I want that for you. So this Valentine's Day, my advice for you, set the goal this year, no matter what year you're watching this. You're going to have more fun and you're going to see everything good and bad that happens to you as part of your lore with no expectations and maximum fun velocity because it's just going to make the best stories when you're older. And I feel like when I hear people talk about what they regret, older people, older women, especially what they regret, not dating more, not traveling, even if it means solo, not solo traveling in general, because it teaches you so much about yourself and self awareness and what you want in life and in love and in beyond. And committing too early. I'm gonna be dead ass. That's what people say they hate. They're like, I mean, I love my husband, was with him for 855 years, but like, if I could have pushed that off by 3 years and had more fun and figured out more of myself and made more lore and had more stories when I was in my 20s, yeah, I would have done that. And I'm like, yeah, well, heard. So happy Valentine's Day, honestly. From me to you, have the best day today. If it's the end of the day when you're watching this, girl, I know you're drinking cheers to that. And if it's the beginning of the day, girl, you have the whole day ahead of you to have some fun. So I will catch you in the next travel story time. If you liked this, let me know in the comment section below. I have so many more stories to tell from my travels, dating and otherwise. I have trips to Japan, China, South Korea, Jordan, Republic of Georgia, Colombia. I mean, I just have so many places I've been and lore that has never made it to the short form videos. So maybe I'll make it long form. So let me know below and subscribe if you haven't yet. Again, did I even introduce myself? Yeah, I did. I'm Gabby Beckford, full-time traveler, travel influencer. I do a lot of stuff, but most of all, I just like to grow and learn and have fun and be curious about the world and just live this one life as boldly as I can. And this Valentine's Day, if you're feeling a little lonely, if you're wishing that, you had a little special someone to cuddle up to or go out with or would buy you flowers or something, I am here to remind you that flowers smell just as good when you buy them yourself. And actually, they smell even better when they don't come from someone that you had to convince or ask them for. If you're solo today, that's okay. Let it be a celebration, a reminder that at least you're not being dragged to the pits of hell because some women are and they're posting their flower photos today. Okay, I'm not gonna post that. That was a joke.